But my full name is Kutlwano Molefe. I am a South African dancer, choreographer / dance teacher, but I'm also an English teacher, and currently I live in China, Shanghai, and I've been living in Asia for the past 5 years. So that's basically just who I am. So I am 31 years old, and my dream growing up, I think it changed over time. But I think in the latter stages of my life, I kind of found my purpose, what I'm doing, what I'm currently doing, like going around and sharing my culture and teaching is actually my lifelong dream, but also like I'm also interested in philanthropy. I do a lot of philanthropic work. So I'm also interested in giving back in charity. So I think my lifelong dream would be fusing dance and teaching and philanthropy in one, and just, taking that and traveling the world with it. So I started dancing professionally, I would say, in 2008. When I was in high school, I joined an arts and culture foundation. So I did mostly ballroom and Latin, but hip hop dancing, but also like street dance in South Africa. And then I only joined really for like 2 years because I was finishing off my high school, and then I moved to Johannesburg. So when I moved to Johannesburg, Johannesburg is a very big and buzzing city. It's very cultural. And then I started, picking up dancing sort of informally with like other people. And I think that's where my love for dancing, street dancing per se, and performing really started. I would say 2011, 2012, when I met a really important guy. His name is Dumelo. And he used to be a dancer as well. And he's one person that actually sort of ignited my fire for dancing and for performing. And I think subsequently, a year after that, 2012, I appeared on a dance TV show in South Africa as well. So I think by then, I kind of knew this is what I wanted to do, because I saw the effect and the influence of like how it had on people from my little village. Actually, they watched me on TV and they were like, oh my God, they were so impressed. So I was kind of a bit famous for a while. So, and then I think 2015, I joined a very big dance competition for the university, and I made it to the top 10. So I think from that point on, I knew that was like something that I really wanted to do professionally on the side, something like that. And then I moved to China in 2019. So my move to China was to go teach English. And then I think I branched off into teaching dance because it was something that I love in China, because I saw China has a very big dance market. Like they have many dance studios in one city. And dance as a business, as a movement in China, it's very different. It's huge. It's a huge multi-million kind of industry. So I saw obviously an opportunity to teach something that's very authentic and pure, and that's very African, that's very South African. And I started 2019, and obviously, things start really slow. So it's been maybe like 3 years, my third year teaching, and only now I'm starting to like kind of go up on the rise, because obviously it's kind of difficult for African dance teachers in China, because Chinese dancers are mostly interested in your urban dances, but more on the hip hop side. So hip hop, jazz, popping, locking, not really African dance styles. So I'm the one who's like bringing something that's fresh and that's very South African, So, but it's been such a great journey thus far, and I've ended up here. So I think things are going really well at this point in time. For the teaching English, I used to work in corporate actually. So I have a BCom Logistics Management degree from the University of Johannesburg. So I was working in corporate, and I don't think I was meant to be there. I was meant to be there, at that time to meet the person that actually showed me how to apply for the job. Because a colleague of mine was like, no, my friend is in China, she works in China, she teaches English there, you should definitely look at it. Because at that point in 2019 it was quite easier for you to go abroad and go teach China, like English in China. You just had to have your degree for 2 years. You just do the certificate. It's like a 180-hour certificate. So once you get it, you can take that certificate and actually go apply for jobs abroad for teaching English. So also South Africa is considered a native speaking country when it comes to English in Africa. So it's quite easier for us to actually get jobs in Asia for teaching English. So the job was not going really well, and my friend was like, just take a leap of faith and apply for this job. And I applied, and I think the recruiters replied like a week after that, and we had an interview, very informal, like on WeChat, video call, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna offer you a job. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna drop everything and just like move abroad. That was basically how it came about. And Rwanda was actually my last leg of my East Africa tour. So I did 3 countries, 3 cities, so it's been really amazing. I had a dance workshop, Amapiano Dance Workshop, organized by my lovely sister Sadie. So she organized the dance workshop for me to come share Amapiano culture and obviously Amapiano dance with the people of Kigali. And it was really amazing. It's been really like such a immersive experience being in East Africa, number one. It's my first time in Rwanda, it was my first time in Kenya, it was my first time in Tanzania. And it's just been a really lovely time to come here and share. In terms of dancing for Rwanda, I think the level of dancers are really, really good, really great, rhythm-wise, energy-wise, because dancing is more involved in like energy and attitude and self-expression. So I think in terms of that, I think that the level is quite high, and they enjoy what they do, because most of the time I tell people like when you come to my workshops, I want you to have fun, So they learned the piece, they were listening to what I was saying about the culture, and they kind of they were receptive of it, and also they gave me a whole lot of energy. So it was a back and forth exchange. So I think in terms of that, they quite at a high level. So from what I received from them, I think they have a lot of passion, and everybody's trying to work hard, because dance is actually like it's not a very easy space to exist in artistically. Not so many people have like jobs as dancers, and it's very difficult. It's very difficult. So I think for what they're doing right now, they're starting to collaborate more often. I think that's really good, because collaboration is really good. Like you can go further together, instead of like being alone. Like I do my thing alone, but I collaborate a lot. That's why I talk to like people in Kenya, in Tanzania. So that's collaboration. Like if I just came out here by myself, it wouldn't work. So I think for me, they must just continue working hard and continue collaborating, because they can build each other up. Because they have a lot of people have like different kind of markets, so they can fuse each other's market and like feed off each other's market. So I think for now, I think they just should work hard and work together more. I think this adventurous side of me has mostly to do with my creative side. I don't really like to be stagnant. I just I do things for experience, for the thrill, I guess, sometimes. And I'm a very fluid person, So if needs be, say I have to move to another country now to go do something else, but that's linked to my dancing, I would definitely do it. So if it's fulfilling and it's part of my purpose, and it's something that's going to be giving, and it's something that's going to like catapult me to the next phase of my life, I'll definitely do it. Right? So Afrodance has come a very long way, and I have so much to say about that, because I live abroad and I teach abroad, and I think there's so many talented dancers, raw dancers in Africa that should be seen by the world out there. And the kind of landscape in Europe and Asia when it comes to dancing, like I said, it's very big. It's a multi-million industry, for dancing, for performers, for dance teachers, for dance studios, dance choreographers, for like professional shows, And I feel like the African child, the African dancer, hasn't seen enough and hasn't seen how much opportunity they have outside. And, something that we take for granted, just as dancing, like movement, to us comes very, very, very naturally. It's close to none. But going abroad and seeing how much it's kind of difficult for other people, and how easy for us you can teach that, it'll blow some other people's minds. So I think in terms of that, what I've seen so far is that we need to start thinking of our dance and our culture as something that's very, very valuable, because it is. It is. And the world and Europe alike, especially Europe, they're starting to see that, and they're starting to see the worth in Afrodance, whether it's from the west, south, east, wherever. And as you can, like, I know a lot of people that are doing dance tours as dance teachers in Europe, from South Africa, they're from Ivory Coast, they're from Nigeria, you know, they tour Moscow and everywhere else. So currently it's going really good, but I would like to see more. I would like to see more the African child from the hood, the African child from the township, African child from the village, to get to that international stage, you know, because for me, I'm at a very pristine position because I live in Asia. So it's quite easy for me to get to Europe per se, or get to East Asia, Southeast Asia, and move around, and also move and travel here. Because obviously my mind has been opened up to the opportunities that dance and teaching dance has right now. So I think also what we can do as dancers who are in this space right now is educate the kids more, and, you know, get them to dream bigger, get them to dream more. Because, you know, if they see me, a boy from Taung, Northwest in South Africa, do it, they can be like, I can do it as well. So just, like, you know, get the kids to have more familiarity, and then also build the next generation of dance teachers, build the next generation of African culture vessels that can go abroad and teach our culture. And then in that way, we keep it alive, we keep it raw, we keep it very authentic, we keep it very African. Because, you know, obviously a lot of people see it abroad and they sample it, I would say. They sample it, but sometimes they don't know the full information, or the full foundation, or the full history behind the culture. Because, you know, most of our dances come from a cultural perspective. You know, culture is part of, like, culture and dance is one and the same. It's one and the same. You cannot be a cultural person if you don't know, like, a cultural dance. Because I'm Tswana, so there's a Tswana dance. So everything comes from culture. So everything is African. Everything is very Afrocentric. So I think some of the people abroad, they don't know fully. And this is where now we step in and be like, okay, we don't know fully, but I can teach you. And there's loads of other people that can teach you about Rwanda dance and South African dance, Zimbabwean dance, because that's where the opportunity lies, really. So I think I hope and pray that it gets better, and a lot more African dance teachers go out there and go see the world and go teach our culture fully and very proud. I think what's keeping Afro dance back is the lack of proper information and the lack of proper coverage, you understand? But I think it's moving in the right direction, because TikTok, Instagram, Twitter is huge, it's big now. Like, you can know a dancer from here, but you're all the way in Norway, you know what I mean? So I think the scene right now is on the right path because of social media. Social media is such a powerful tool. You know, I couldn't have traveled to Moscow if it wasn't for social media. I couldn't have traveled to Japan couldn't have traveled to Indonesia, because I met these people online and they saw my stuff online. So I think it's slowly but surely booming. It's slowly but surely booming because of social media. So I think it's headed in the right direction. So to be a dancer in the age of this social media boom is quite challenging, you know? A lot of people don't know the creators of some dances. A lot of people, like I said, sample or take dances from, you know, the viral TikTok challenges, but they don't know where they come from. So yes, it helps, social media helps, but also sometimes it creates that people don't get credited for what they have started. And some people just study based off of TikTok and Instagram. They don't really study, they don't go to the source of what it is and who started and how they started and why, and the culture, the music. So the social media boom has two ways. You can be really great. So the place for intellectual property is quite difficult in the dance space, because, I mean, we can't copyright dance moves, can we? So that's just like the one thing that will always be a huge challenge. I believe in order to become a successful dancer, you need to work hard, number one, and you need to use social media as a tool, number two, and you need to brand yourself. You know, branding is very important. What you put out has to be of the highest quality. It's not about quantity. It's be of the highest quality. Because, you know, if someone watches a video in the US and it's very greatly shot, and they be like, where's the shot? Rwanda. Be like, what? Rwanda? There's such quality, you know. So, and people, a lot of human beings now are very visual people. So the more you brand yourself as a quality brand visually, and you put in the work, number two, and you connect with people that can actually help you to catapult yourself into the next phase or catapult yourself into a different space abroad is very important. So I use Instagram as a tool because I connect a lot with people online. So I see people, they're in in different places, and I connect with them. And we talk, they're interested in Amapiano, they're interested in that. Then that's where the relationship starts. You know, I have a lot of friends that are just online friends. Then at a later stage, I meet them or I get to work with them. So it's very important to also put yourself out there, to work with a lot of people, to have discipline. Discipline is so important, actually. Like, we have so many talented, like naturally gifted dancers in Africa, but I feel like some of them lack the discipline and the vision to see out what they really want to do with their God-given talent. So I think all those things combined, put into one, is something that can help you become a sort of successful, but sometimes, people receive big breaks, you get a video and then it goes viral. Then that's how you get famous, and then that's where your journey starts. But sometimes, you don't get that. You just have to put in the work. I believe there's no set of attributes to become a successful dancer. I think also, like, creatives are very outgoing people, number one. Like, you can be, some creatives are very like towards themselves, but in their own space, they are very outgoing. Even if you're an artist, you're a painter, but in the painting space, you're very outgoing in your artistic language, right? So for dancers, because we're very performative people and we express ourselves through our bodies, and we have to, if you're going to be a dance teacher as well, you have to talk to people. So you'll have to know how to express yourself. So I think, self-expression, being very confident, being very open to people, and also knowing how to deal with people. People skills is a very important thing. So I think that can kind of make up a dancer's attributes. A day in a dancer's life, I would say, looks like this, an interview, I guess. And after this, shooting some content with a couple of dancers. Because I've been on tour recently, so I've been doing a lot of dancing. So I've been doing a lot of content. I've been doing a lot of teaching in dance studios. So I would say a normal day. Let's say I have a dance workshop. Obviously, get up in the morning. Because I get up quite late sometimes because of I'll be traveling in between times. So like if I travel, I have a late flight, then I land late, then I'll have to like wake up later for, to recuperate. So but I would say I wake up roughly around 6:30, 7 a.m. And then you obviously sort out your mind. I have like a ritual that I do in the morning where I just like calm myself down, listen to some music, maybe read a Bible scripture, pray, pray about the day. And then obviously later communicate with the people that I need to communicate with, go to the studio, get a feel of the dance studio, the space, meet a couple of people, talk, get in the zone, teach for 2 hours or 3 hours. And then after that, take a couple of pictures at the end, kind of like connect with people after the workshop. So that would be like a basic day in a dancer's life if I'm on tour and I'm doing a workshop. What I would say to people that don't take my job seriously is that it's an actual job. It's an actual job. Like, we are athletes basically because we use our bodies. So obviously your body has to be in tip-top shape, number one. You have to take care of yourself, you have to rest, eat the right kind of food. And obviously when you put yourself out there, you have to have a lot of energy. That comes with a lot of like physical pressure on your body. So people that don't consider dance as a job, it is. The types of right food for a dancer is a lot of greens, a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruits, I guess, but something that that won't be kind of toxic for your body. So I think those are right food. A lot of rest as well. Like, because we dance, we exert ourselves like physically, and we need to take times away from the hustle and bustle and rest for a couple of weeks. Just give yourself a chance to recuperate body-wise, because your body is your temple, and as a dancer as well, your body is your business. People who are dancers who consume a lot of drugs and alcohol, I don't think they're very successful, because number one, that slows you down. You won't be able to perform at an optimal level if you're onto drugs or anything. Maybe you might, because the drugs you're on, I guess, but like, it's not sustainable for your body. Your body's gonna break down, it's gonna cave in, and it's gonna give up on you one day or someday soon because of all those toxins you're putting through. So I think dancers stay away from drugs. For the parents who think allowing their kids to become dancers, I think my advice would be take an active role. Take an active role in your son's or daughter's journey in dance. So you can oversee certain things. If they're still young, take an active role. play a supportive parent, because support from a parent is close to none. Tell you, like, you seeing your mom at a dance workshop or at a dance performance, just there supporting you, it makes a huge difference. And also them being there and supporting you and guiding you as a parent to not do the bad things can be quite good for you moving forward. My dream is to stay traveling the world, do my dance teaching, share my culture to all four corners of the world. I wanna touch each and every continent, if God allows me, and just stay healthy, stay grounded, stay humble, and carry on teaching and carry on just being happy in the purpose that I found for myself.